June 22nd, 2022. This morning I put up over an hour long, longest video I think I've ever put online. It was a compilation of personal stories and it's almost like the teleprompter I'm using is like a conversation starter, since my voice has been, like, in FAA terms, if I was on an aircraft, it's almost like they duct taped my mouth shut into a chair. Well, I don't know who's at the helm or who's piloting the aircraft at the moment. My voice has been taken away, my options have been taken away, my freedom's been taken away, and I don't know how to signal for help in some socially acceptable manner. So, and there's not exactly someone to reach out to in this level of life or wherever we are to use Christopher Hemsworth's movie, that Spiderhead movie, where they reimagined a penitentiary for this area, a penitentiary is a much more scary facility, but in that theoretical movie of an island, since I'm on an island, they have a penitentiary designed a very different way, more of like a compound, although that word frightens other people for whatever reason. So anyway, long story short is this morning, the CBS Mornings program put up what I would call a conversation starter, and they have it as their E123 episode. They mentioned something about cerebral, again, in the cephalic region of the head area. For my medical studies at community college, I understand the cerebrum, the cerebral, to mean an actual anatomy, not necessarily with a function, perhaps going from a region to a functioning organ, is how they calibrated the word, but I'm not quite sure. But anyway, they used cerebral, then they used the word investigations, then they used the word mental health, then they used the word service concerns. Now, I did not realize in my hour-something long video, personal stories of this particular mention and another mention that they had on the same program, I did not realize that during this particular piece, the investigative reporter pronounces the subject or the person that the story is kind of built around, or one of the persons. She pronounces her name Costar or something. I'll play it so you can hear the intonation or the dialect. But when I was putting it on YouTube and I was taking just clips of what my words and how it associates with actual pieces from actual teleprompter conversation starter, I realized that the name is Costar. Costar. Now, I'm not an industry guru or professional, but I have heard on other teleprompted or teleported into the living room, whatever, on the television, they've used words like co-star to mean it's like an umbrella term specific to a handle, an industry. When, in case the rain starts, I want to make sure that the umbrella company and who handles things understands that I did not realize it reads co-star, which could get confusing in a conversational manner, especially if it's built onto a platform of several of these conversations. I'm in, what?
Your babies.
Thank you. So, it says Costar.
April failed them when they were in desperate need of care.
Every single night I would go to bed just...
Serious story, and her name is Costar. Now, what's also interesting is it says cost, and then it says AR, but it also says co and star. And they have this woman, so again, like I'm usually in a conversation really if there's like more in depth than I'm in at the moment in the conversation, or there's details that I need mentioned that somebody else is assuming that I know. I mean, because on a regular basis, if I've never seen this woman, I wouldn't think somebody's last name actually is Costar. But here we are. The children are in vain wearing all sorts of labels. And so that gets really confusing when they wear on the outside. I mean, in this instance, I feel really horrible about what this girl's going through. But the name might get confusing, so I don't mean to make it confusing. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxies, Broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.